Apply, 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 apply. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you how you can get a teaching job in the United States. This is going to be your step-by-step guide on the things you'll need and the steps you'll need to take in order to get that teaching job in the United States. Now, for those who are joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Stephanie Williams Britton, and I share on this platform my international experience with teachers across the globe. If you are joining us for the first time, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to turn your notification bells on if teaching in the United States is on your bucket list. Like you, that was one of my main aim, and I have had the opportunity to be teaching in the United States for the past 8 years. So far, the experience has been good, sometimes not so good, but trust and believe that you too can experience your dream. Now, for my returning viewers, I want to extend a huge thank you for always coming back for more. I encourage you to share so that others can get to learn more about teaching in the United States. I do respond to the comment section, and I'm telling you, there are so many questions sometimes I cannot get to all. But be patient and you will get a response. If not in the comment section, there will be a video that's answering to your question. Some of the many questions I get is, can I apply to the United States to become a teacher? For those who have been following my channel, you would have learned the last 2 weeks that we were seeking teachers to teach in a state here in the United States, and I was in charge of vetting those teachers to move them forward to the school district. Therefore, I want to take the time to let you know that once you have the qualifications that is being requested, you are eligible for a teaching job. Once you are qualified, you have a clear background check, and the school district is seeking to hire you, you may apply for a teaching job in the United States. So many times I get asked that question, but this video, like the others, are here to let you know. Once you meet the requirements, which we're going to be discussing later on in this video, you can apply to the school district and they'll take it from there. Be encouraged to put your applications in so that your information can be screened by the different school districts or sponsors who hire teachers here in the United States. I've shared also on my platform the different ways you can obtain a teaching job in the United States. If that's something you'd like to know more about, you can put that in the comment section below so I can do a video specifically on the different ways you can obtain a teaching job. There are many J1 sponsors that sponsors international teachers, as well as school districts that sponsors their own H-1B visas, as well as you can do your own job research, get your job, and if the school district does not have a J1 sponsor or they do not sponsor the H-1B visa, there are other alternatives where you can get a sponsor to sponsor your J1 visa. So there are different avenues and different ways to go about it. You just need to be educated and know how to do this. One way of being educated is to do your research, as well as check out the videos here on my platform, which are given here for free. If you would like to get one-on-one consultation where I guide you throughout the process and share with you step by step how you can get a job in the United States, send you leads and more, then you need to check out supremacyconnect.com. Let me add that through supremacyconnect.com, there's a small fee for your one-on-one consultation. To check those out, you can go on the website. As I say before, it's right here. And you can check under coaching, where you will see the different ways you can get one-on-one consultation. It can be just myself and you. It can be myself and a group of teachers, as well as you can have continuous consultancy sessions in order to get the information you need. Now that we've gotten those things out of the way, let's go straight into what you need to become an educator in the United States. So, the first thing on the agenda, first things first, let's get that out of the way. You must have a bachelor's degree. So many times I'm asked the question, if I can teach in the United States with my teaching diploma. And I learned recently about the trained teacher certificate. Those are not a bachelor's degree and will not allow you to get a teaching job in the United States. You must have a bachelor's degree to teach in the United States. Now, you can have your bachelor's degree in education, whether it be in primary or secondary education, whatever it is, or your degree can be in a specific subject area. Whatever degree you have, it is important that you know you cannot get a teaching job with a diploma or a trained teacher certificate or just a teacher certificate. That is not equivalent to a U.S. bachelor's degree. And let me emphasize this some more, and I'll talk about this some more again at the end. When you apply to get a teaching job in the United States, you will be asked for a credential evaluation. The credential evaluation will show if your bachelor's is equivalent to a U.S. degree. If it's not equivalent to a U.S. degree, you will not be allowed to pick up a teaching job in the United States. You might be directed to do additional courses that will allow it to become equivalent to a bachelor's degree. If you are not clear on this, leave the comment in the section below and I will respond. Now, the next thing they require is for you to have at least 2 years teaching experience. But let me be specific. Not all programs are going to stick to this 2-year rule because some have the flexibility to hire you without the experience, as well as it depends on the type of visa you will be teaching on. For example, it's more stringent when it's a J1 visa. However, on the H1B visa, once you can prove that you are skilled in the area, meaning you have a degree in the area and some form of experience in the area, you might stand a chance of still getting that teaching job. However, it is important to note that most programs require you to have at least 2 years teaching experience in your home country. Another big thing that almost all sponsors and employers will look at is your fluency in English. They want to make sure that you are fluent, your English is clear, and your students will understand when you teach. So, be on the lookout if you are offered an interview or an introductory phone call. Whatever interaction that you are invited to do with a potential sponsor or employer, they will be listening in to your English language. So you want to make sure it is clear, understandable. And if you are not from a country that speaks English as a first language, you may be required to provide some form of examinations to show that you are fluent in English. So take this into consideration. That's another big question I keep getting, like, do I need to complete the TOEFL exam before I can get accepted? Do I need to do an English proficiency exam before I'm accepted? It is going to be dependent on your first language and how well your language is. It doesn't hurt to get an exam if it's one way to boost your credentials. Very important is a clean criminal record. Yes, before you are accepted to work in the United States, you might go through the process of applying, interviewing, doing all those steps. If you cannot pass a criminal background check, you will not be offered that job. So yes, you want to make sure you have a clean criminal record in your home country, and be prepared when you get in the United States to do another criminal background check to ensure that you are eligible to teach in the classroom of the United States. And once that comes back and everything is cleared, in most cases you start working the next day. But if it's not cleared and you have a criminal background history, it's highly likely you will not be offered that position, even though you went through all those steps. So you want to bear that in mind. Now, another thing that most of the program sponsors are asking for is your COVID-19 vaccines. I know a lot of countries have adopted these vaccines. I know at some point you could not travel to the United States without showing your immunization that you are COVID vaccinated. It is still a requirement for you to be COVID vaccinated to teach in the United States. There are other vaccines that they require, like tuberculosis, and your program sponsor will let you know what other vaccines they need, so you can always inquire that from them. But the COVID-19 vaccine at this point, it's mandatory. They want to make sure you were vaccinated against COVID-19. All right, so that's something to take into consideration. And I know a lot of people do not want to take that vaccine. They're against it. And so that's going to be like a little hindrance for you. Another thing that most program sponsors require, and I say most, not all, is for you to have a driver's license, and it should be at least 2 years old. I did say most. What I'm seeing lately is that some program sponsors are not so big on the driver's license aspect of it. It's mainly dependent on the area that you're going to be teaching in. Especially if it's going to be in the country area where they know transportation is not available, you might be required. But some school districts, if they are in a state where you can depend on public transportation, it might not be a problem for you. But some program sponsors require that. I know school districts do not require a driver's license. I have not seen any school district that is sponsoring an H-1B saying, oh, the teachers must have a driver's license from back home. But it's mainly for the J1 sponsors. So take that into consideration. So now that you know the things you need to get a teaching job in the United States, it's now time to talk about what do you do step by step. I will give you a few of the steps here, but please note, if you need more guidance, you can check out my website, supremacyconnect.com, where I can provide you with one-on-one consultancy, where I give you step-by-step guidance on how you can obtain a teaching job here in the United States. I must add also that I'm partnering with school districts who need teachers. Therefore, if you are one of my clientele, you would be the first person to know about these districts and be encouraged to apply. I'll also provide you with different preparations for interview, and that is going to be dependent on the option you selected when you go on my website, supremacyconnect.com. So first thing I like to tell my clients to do is to get their credentials evaluated. That is your bachelor's degree. If you have other credentials, you can throw those in when you try to get them evaluated. And I'll usually say use Spantran, because Spantran is accepted in almost all the states. And so if you use Spantran, it's going to be safe to say that most school districts will accept it. I did not say they have to, but I said it's safe to say they will. Also, if you go on my website and you're trying to do a credential evaluation through Spantran, you can get $20 off by using the link on my website. It is under our services. All the way to the bottom of our services, you will see the section that speaks about credentials evaluation and the link for Spantran. I have nothing to gain from this. I took this on myself to make sure I'm making a pathway for my colleagues who are interested so they can save some money, because we all know how it is. We already are getting a little pay. So if we can help each other to save, I'm gonna do that. So if you wanna go through Spantrend, you can get $20 off. If you go on my website under services all the way to the bottom, you will see that link to apply for your credential evaluation there. Once you have that in hand, and then you start researching the different program sponsors, and there's a lot of program sponsors. I have many of them here on this website. You can go ahead and see which one fits your need. Once you find it, go ahead and put your application in, because you will never know if you'll get that job unless you apply. Stop asking if you will get the job. My answer is going to be put your application in. You're not going to know unless you apply, guys. Apply. Then you go ahead and put your applications in, and then once you get your response, you'll have an idea of if they are going to be accepting you, if you're going to be moved forward, if they're going to need additional information. They're going to need your criminal background check, so you want to make sure you have that in hand. Also, you want to make sure you are available for interviews. If they reach out for an interview, you want to make sure you study for your interview, and I'll prepare you for that also if you're one of my clients. And so the process can be tedious, it can be long. Some program sponsors, what they do, they have a platform that allows you to go on and enter your information step by step. So it's not a one-time go in and I'm done. So it will take you some time, but it can be done, and you can get the support you need, whether through my platform, by looking at those videos, or one-on-one consultancy, or by doing some research. It is doable. So you put your applications in, and I always encourage my clients also, do not put your eggs in one basket. You might want to go to a specific state or a specific program, but that one may not work out for you. You want to make sure you spread your eggs out in different baskets so that you can at least get an interview. And I say, don't be mad if you don't get a job the first year you apply. Use that as a experience so you can know what to do the next year. So guys, that's it for today's video. If I missed something, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. I will respond, or I will do a video to respond. If you have not liked this video as yet, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified every time we are live or we upload a new video. Please note that we do lives where other international teachers share their experience on this platform. So if you would like to hear firsthand from international teachers here in the United States, you definitely need to subscribe. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.